Welcome everybody to a new brand new Breakfast with Jeff. And in this video we're gonna talk about Facebook, and we're gonna talk about the WWE. We'll get into that a little bit. Um, as you know, our camera is much nicer. As you know, we invested a little bit of money into the camera so that way, get a much better picture, high definition, more better sound, and stuff like that. Well, that's just kind of to get everything up there. Let's just get into it. Let's start talking about Facebook. The reason why I'm doing the video is to rant and rave a little, get out all my frustrations. I am extremely upset about, you write a comment on, or a status on Facebook. And one of my biggest problems is people always pushing I like this, 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 I like this. You're sitting on the damn comment box. You can't sit and say cool, or, I understand what you're saying, or it's always got to be a comment. And if that ain't bad enough, then you got these fucking pictures. You got pictures of dogs. You got pictures of cats. You got pictures of some old lady with a rocker. You got some pictures of this, or some picture. Or if that ain't bad enough, if that ain't just extreme enough for you, how about a picture of a dog getting shot, or a picture of a baby with a tumor on its face, or something? It's always going to be something that is absolutely horrible. And that's what really bothers me. And you have no idea. You have no idea how much that upsets me. I go on a social network, and I have friends on there for people to tell me, hey, how's your day going? Today we had a good day. We went here and we went there, and, we took a couple pictures or something like that. Compared to sitting there and, sending a little, some picture of some dog or some cat or some old lady walking with a thing, or some church saying. It's always something different. It's never just a simple comment about how you're doing and how everything is. It drives me absolutely crazy. You know, so, you know, people in the poking. What are you doing?
Clapping.
Clapping?
Don't you see the lights?
I see. Oh yeah, she was making a strobe light,
Mm-hmm.
Strobe lights. Now she's flashing a flashlight in my face. Like I said, you never know what happens on these shows, on the show. Sam always comes out and does some crazy thing.
Oh, where's the cat to sit on your shoulder?
Yeah, she's passed out. But getting back to this Facebook thing, I don't care. If you're my friend, you can take a minute. You can say cool. You can say I like that. Or you can say, I understand what you're saying. I mean, you're my friend and you sit there and you push a like button. You can't, and you're already on there. You already see my status. And it's funny. Check this out. I said that I was going to go stab somebody in the head, and you think somebody would actually get up. You think somebody would actually get up and actually send you a comment? Well, no. Of all my friends, nobody sent me a comment. I actually take that back. 2 people sent me a comment. Sam's mother, which didn't, told me I should mow the grass, which is, at least it's a comment. It's not no
I think
light
the
shit.
cat's getting ready to run away.
And 2 was Tisha, which I didn't really check and see what she said. I didn't really check that out, but 2 people out of all the people, I guess nobody really pays attention anymore. So it just bothers me very much. I just don't get it. Is all I'm saying. So that's as far as that goes. But I don't. All I can say about anybody about this whole Facebook shit is, I don't care about your pictures. I don't care about your some old lady crossing the street. I don't care about you sending a picture of a kid with a big tumor in the middle of his face.
Well, it's different if it's like pictures of them or their family.
Oh, exactly. Pictures of the family, pictures of the kids.
Pictures of them.
I have a friend who, she always says a status and she always shows pictures of what, them hanging out, having a good time, having a picnic, or, stuff. It's always something. They're not these pictures of kids with tumors on their face, or
Ugh.
pictures of dogs that are shot and killed with blood shit sitting out.
Now
Pi-
today I saw one of these Indian women being hung in trees.
And this is stuff that you put on Facebook, and and that's another thing, another episode show that I did called Copyrights, and that really pissed me off too because, you sit here and you always be very careful with everything that you put on there. But here you are, you've got pictures of women getting hung, you got pictures of kids with tumors in their face, you got pictures of dead bodies, you got pictures of somebody gutting somebody out, and you can sit and put all that stuff, all that nasty stuff on Facebook or YouTube or whatever it is. But if I put something on that people can enjoy, oh my God, what are you raising your hand? It's not school.
And when I do report those pictures to Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
they say it's not a violation of their policy. So it's okay to have pictures of kids with big tumors
And that's exactly it. That's what I'm trying to say is you're sitting here putting stuff that is absolutely obscene
gross.
and gross, and they allow it. And it's like with YouTube. I used to have a username, and I had a bunch of videos on there. I had Butte Croaky songs, and it's something that people can enjoy. People can sit and download their favorite song and enjoy it. But all of a sudden, I get a copy for infringement thing automatically. But I see pay-per-view wrestling events on there. I see TV shows on there. I see all this stuff, but I get in trouble for a song which is something that people can sit down, sit back, relax, and enjoy. And you've got a website that is supposed to be a social network, and it ends up, people end up going out and just doing all this shit. I'm just sick to my stomach, and I'm tired of it, and I just don't know what else I can possibly say. I mean, it's just, I'm sorry. I'm sick and tired of pokes, and I'm sick and tired of these likes. I like this, but I can't say I like it. I gotta poke a little line that says I like it. To all my friends, you can sit and you can go onto my status and you can read it. I think you can sit and send a message, say cool, okay, awesome. And I'll say I'm guilty as charged. I preach about this, but I also do it. I also go out and I push a like button and I don't say much. But you know what? That's fine. I will take full responsibility for that. I will see a thing, and if I like it, I will say something about it. I won't sit and push the like button because I think it's worthless. Absolutely, positively worthless. I just can't do it. Really, it bothers me. Bothers the hell out of me. Being who I'm going to be and dealing with the stuff I deal with. I just can't do it. Sorry, just how it is. So, to my friends, I'll put this very simple for you, and I'll say it slowly so you understand. I don't give a crap about your pictures. I don't give a crap about, I don't give a crap if there's a kid with a tumor on his face. I don't care if there's a dog that's been shot and killed. I don't give a crap if there's a woman hung in a tree. I don't care about any of that garbage that you throw on here. And as far as I'm concerned, if I see anything like that or see any stupid stuff like that, I'm going to delete it. And I'll spam it because I don't care to see that stuff. It's a social network. You're supposed to talking, keeping track of things. How are you doing? How's everything going? That's what it's about. It's not about some stupid picture that somebody sent to you. Don't care. There's people out there who tell me, let me know how everything's going, how everything is. And there's people out there, all they do is do these little pictures over and over and over again. It's crazy. So as far as that is concerned, I want to tell you right now, I'm not dealing with it. You look at a status of mine, you can type a little thing on there, that's it. I don't need this crap of you sitting here saying, I like this or I like that. I tell you I'm going to stab somebody in the neck and none of you even give a shit. That's really nice. You just hear somebody's going to stab somebody in the neck and you just go on with your life. Don't matter. That's fine. It's whatever. I don't know. I'm looking to see how long I went on this. This is a 30-minute show and I'm going to get into this. This is Facebook. We're going to talk about Facebook in the show. I'll get to the WWE here in a little bit. I'm going to say some more stuff about Facebook, get out my feelings on this. Even Sam, understands how bad it is, how people post shit on there that's absolutely, and try reporting it, and they say it's not a violation. You got a dead bodies, show pictures of dead bodies laying all over the place. That ain't a violation. You got pictures of kids with tumors, not a violation. How far do you, I'm thinking about this, how far do you go on this thing before somebody says, hey, there's a problem? Seriously. I mean, you can sit and see pictures of dead bodies, or women being tortured. You can sit there and throw that on there. Imagine what you can do and what you can say, and it doesn't matter. Maybe because Facebook doesn't want to get involved and they don't want to deal with this shit. That's why. They just want to sit back, relax, and let all these members keep coming and coming. But they're never going to take responsibility for anything. It's horrible. It's absolutely, positively, physically horrible. And I stand corrected on that. Now, I can just go on and on about this. I've been on 11 minutes now on this. I'm going to cut this one early off. Well, I'll do a recap a little bit later, but I think we've dragged this on enough about Facebook. You know how I feel. I'm not very happy about it. Now, the next topic I'm talking about is WWE. If you're not know exactly what that is, you're too laid back. It's called World Wrestling Entertainment. It's a Vince McMahon, company. Vince McMahon Jr., of course, passed away. His son, Vince McMahon Jr., went out and he took over the business. Now, there's a few things that really bug me about this. Number one, I read that Vince McMahon lost $750 million. And I look and I watch his company and I scratch my head thinking, gee, I can't understand why. I just got done watching the pay-per-view, WWE Payback. And the thing about that is, I'm not going to disagree. What he did with this WWE network, getting people the opportunity to see the pay-per-views, $10 a month, it's a great deal. And I'm not going to disagree with that. And if I can sit and I can be able to watch a pay-per-view and enjoy it, that's fine. That's a great deal. But here's the thing that, as a company, here's the thing that's very important. NXT. NXT, they say, has got the future of the WWE. Now, if that is true, why is NXT on the WWE Network? Why isn't it on a national television channel? Why not? Why can't you figure out who these people are? There's other companies like the AWF. There's other companies like Ring of Honor. These are not as big of companies, but they put their shows on national TV. So this way you can every week know exactly who these people are. I know about the champion Johnny Parks from AWF. I know about the people like the Black Stallion. And of course, Johnny Decker, I think what's his name, Eric Decker, or something like that. I don't remember. I'm not too familiar with the characters, but I understand the situation. I sit here and I watch the wrestling every Sunday on Channel 23 for an hour, which is nice to watch. You get to know a little bit about some of these characters, some of these wrestlers. Of course, here you got NXT, which is a more popular, company, and they're sitting on a network where not everybody is able to know who these people are. And then you've got people like Rusev, and you got people like Ryback, and people like Curtis Axel, and you got people like, these people just come on in, and they just automatically get a match right there like that. And in Chicago today, they had all the people chanting CM Punk, and they all said, hey, he ain't here today, blah, 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 he's sitting at home, blah, blah, blah. No, the real truth is he gave up. He quit because he's sick and tired of these guys leaving for 20 years, coming back, and they get a title match automatically. They haven't done a damn thing in 20 years. And then you got people that are lower down, and they come in there, and it's like, okay, you can build yourself up, then we'll give you a title shot. There's people like Alex Riley, there's people like Kofi Kingston, there's people like, look at Daniel Bryan. He's an NXT reject, and all of a sudden, look at how popular he is. He's a champion, and just, it's ridiculous. The thing is, I'm not surprised with the WWE. I'm not surprised with $250,000. It just does not surprise me that all that money is wasted. You know, you're sitting here having a show that talk about this, the future of the WWE, and the second sad thing is about that is it's just horrible. The sad thing about it is you don't know who these people are, and you never know who they are because you don't sit down on your TV, click on your channel, and say, oh, there it is. You got to sit and hook up a computer, or you got to hook up some iPhone or something, and then you can be able to sit down and watch it. Newsflash, I'll give you one thing. I told you about that the pay-per-views were too expensive. You had to drop them down so people could actually afford to watch them. You did that. You came up with the WWE Network, $9.99 a month. You get all the pay-per-views. You did a good job there. You got people to be able to enjoy your pay-per-views every single month. You did a good job there. I'll give you some credit there. Your next business venture is this. You need to take the NXT and you need to put it on a national platform. We do not know who these people are. We're never going to know who these people are until you actually put them in a spotlight. Put them on a primetime show where people can sit down. I don't care if it's an hour or even 2 hours. Gives them the opportunity to see who these people are, how they wrestle. And when I hooked up and got ready to watch the pay-per-view tonight, I was watching some guy, I don't even know his name, versus Tyson Kidd. And I'm scratching my head wondering how in the hell a guy who's trained in the dungeon of the Hart family all of a sudden get his ass kicked by some guy. We don't even know who this guy is. But he's a champion, automatic. See what I'm trying to tell you here? We don't know any of these wrestlers because we never see them. You know, you can put them on all you want. You can put them on the WWE Network all you want. Not everybody's going to see this person and know who they are. And you might have people like Rusev, and you might have people like Curtis Axel, you might have people like Ryback, you might have people like, whoever. The point of the matter is you don't know who these people are. You have no idea who they are because you don't give them the opportunity to wrestle on a better stage. And take the NXT, takes that foundation, and put it to a place where people can know who these people are. Because I don't know who they are. I have no idea. You can sit there and you can talk all you want. I mean, you don't know who these people are, what they're doing. You don't know how they are. You know, you got some rookie guy beating up on a veteran. Do you really think that is real? Think about it. You see a professional team taking on a high school team, and a high school team kicks their ass? No. Do you see a professional race car driver driving in the streets of Coppola Speedway, which was there was a bunch of mediocre drivers? No, because it just doesn't happen. A veteran doesn't go out getting beat by some rookie. It just does not happen. Okay? Maybe in golf. I admit, maybe in golf there is some such a thing. But I don't believe in a professional sports. There's no such thing as a rookie beating a veteran. It doesn't happen. Am I trying to be rude? Yes, I am. And am I trying to be, condescending about it? Yes, I am. I'm going to be truthful, and I'm going to be honest about it. That's all I can say about that. I don't really care if it's something you care about or something you don't care about. It's just how it is. WWE, Vince McMahon loses $750 million. And it's wrestling. It's crazy. You sit here and you watch two losers beat up on veterans. What am I talking about? I'm talking about Curtis Axel and Ryback, two rookies beating up veterans like Goldust and Cody Rhodes. It is ridiculous. It's pathetic. Then you've got people like John Cena laying down flat on his back like he's all hurt, can barely move, but all of a sudden he jumps up and starts beating him up out of thin blue air. Like, that's really real. That makes a lot of sense. I guess if I threw you through a window, I guess you just get up and walk away. It's no big deal. I mean, come on. I know this stuff is supposed to be not real, but you're taking it a little too far. You're a little too far. I'm sorry to say. It's ridiculous. And the Bleacher Report was false. CM Punk did not show up at Chicago, and I don't know why everybody would think he would show up in Chicago. But the only reason why I bring it up is because it's hometown, and you know they're all going to be chanting for him. And just like the WWE, just like everything that they did, they went out and they said two things. First, Paul Heyman said that he's not there. He's sitting there at the United Center watching the Blackhawks. And then Stephanie McMahon says that CM Punk is a quitter. Now, CM Punk just doesn't like the way things are being handled, and I don't really blame him. You know, things can need to be done a little bit better than that, and I don't disagree with him one bit about that. That's as far as that goes. But it's just, you know, just don't get it. You know, I mean, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna watch these guys who are rookies, and I'm gonna watch them beat up on these other guys, and you know, you got this guy Bo Dallas. He wrestles 2 matches, and all of a sudden they put him in a pay-per-view match. Of course, it wasn't a real match, anyways. It was just to fuck around with some time because Kane came out, choke slammed Kofi Kingston. That was the end of the match. So I don't know what the whole point of that was. That was kind of a waste, but they had to do something to waste some time. So, but and of course I get a kick out of Michael Cole, JBL, and Jerry Lawler. I mean, I could do their job. Sit down at a table, drink a Mountain Dew, and watch wrestling. I mean, seriously, that's a real tough job. I don't think I could do that. I mean, you have a piece of paper in front of you, tells you what's going on. Yeah, somebody's probably talking in your ear, saying what's going on. So, how is that such a hard job? Michael Cole, he's a nobody. He's been a backstage announcer for 20 years. I mean, really, you need to get some serious talent to actually talk. And then you get the pre-show, and you've got fucking Booker T. Booker T, nothing against him, but, you know, I don't know if I'm just not used to him being on the show, or I don't know what it is. I just, maybe it is just, I'm not used to him because I also said he could be a main announcer, but I think my problem is with him is he hasn't really done anything. All he's done is been a manager, got fired, and now all of a sudden he's an announcer, so I have no idea with that. So I'm just, like I said, I'm ranting and raving about WWE. I just think that, you know, they did the one thing that was right. They did a pay-per-view, got people access to be able to watch it, which I think is great. But truthfully, I think they need to get NXT on a platform. You got Sci-Fi, you got, you know, USA. Pick a channel. Tell them you're going to have them on Wednesday or Thursday or whatever it is. This way people can get the idea, know who these people are. You know, then you can start to say, oh yeah, I know this guy now, blah, blah, blah. You know, I don't want to see a guy taking on a veteran. I don't want to see somebody like, you know, this guy, whoever he is, who's a champion, taking on somebody like, you know, Randy Orton. I mean, it's a little ridiculous. Come on. I mean, he may be a champion there or something like that, but let those guys wrestle on their side. And if they, you know what, take the NXT people, find some people that are there, have them defend their title. That's fine. NXT Championship defended at a pay-per-view. WWE Championship defended at a pay-per-view. Understandable. That's as far as that goes. So, you know how it is now. So, well, I'll just continue on here since everything's working out pretty good. Just to recap, we talked about the WWE. I'm not very happy with the way some things are. Some things are getting a little ridiculous. I talked about Facebook. I talked about a nice little message to my friends saying that if you guys can't comment, I don't want to hear nothing about it. And somebody saying like, just stick that needle and pound and keep feeding the bears, because you know what, it's not helping you any. Nothing to be rude. I mean, I sit here and I know that you sit there and you look at my status and you can't say nothing. You can't type one word or 2 words or say a comment. You got to sit and push like. Why do you got to like something? Why can't you just have an opinion about something? You know? I mean, is it that bad that I got to say I'm going to go stab somebody in the neck for you to make a comment? I mean, is your life that boring? It must be. You know, it must be. So, I mean, I don't care the situation is. It's absolutely ridiculous. So, that's as far as that goes. I'm looking at my time here. I got about 5 minutes left, so I got to conclude this video here. Um, to the WWE, you need to get working. Get the NXT on a national platform, either Sci-Fi or USA. I think that will help you out. We'll get to know who these people are. And I'm sure Vince will get back his money, but I think he needs to start getting his wrestling organization intact. Aspects of Facebook, all I can say to my friends, if you guys can't comment, that's your own damn problem. I don't give a shit if you fucking like my status. I don't care if you don't like it. If you can't take the minute to fucking say something, then fuck that shit. I don't need you to like something. I need you to comment on something. You sitting there, the damn thing is right in fucking front of you. All you have to do is fucking type a word. Type something. Awesome, good, cool, whatever. That's all I can fucking say about that. I'm not going to get into it because I'm down to 4 minutes now for my show being over. So I'll get the conclusion down. I mean, I want to say thank you to people that watch. The reason why I'm doing the video is to, calm myself down a little bit. I'm doing this to kind of get all the crap out of me so I can calm down and be a rational person. Like I said to my Facebook friends, all I can say is, if you can't fucking comment, that's your problem. I don't care if you like it or not. I ain't gonna pay attention to that shit. If you sit and say like, I'm gonna say something back, I'll give you a comment of what I think about the whole like crap. So don't blame me if you don't like what I say. And that's the aspects of that. On the aspects of WWE, get shit under control. I'm tired of this fucking crazy shit. Tired of midgets wrestling. I'm tired of the same person getting their ass kicked every damn week. It's getting ridiculous. I understand you're a company. Act like it. Act like it. Get something where the people can actually enjoy something. Money in the Bank's coming. I think that's a very good pay-per-view. That's as far as that goes. Okay, I got 3 minutes left. I want to say thank you to the people that watch the video. The video's now at 100% HD, which is pretty cool. Now I'm my new affiliate with YouTube, so YouTube, you can check everything out on YouTube. I also put it on Facebook, web shows. So you just go to my little web show thing and you can check it out. And that's pretty much about it. Now, I'm not going to get too much into it. I got about 3 minutes to finish this up, so I think that's been about it. I don't think I have anything else really to comment about. I don't want to get deep into this conversation anymore. I think I've said pretty much what I'm going to say. To real friends that actually do talk, thank you. I know there's some friends out there that do talk. To the friends that sit and say like, you're going to get yours very soon. I'm not going to sit and deal with this like crap. I don't want you to like my status. I want you to comment on my status. I want you to have an opinion for a change. That's as far as that goes. So as far as I'm concerned, I got about a couple minutes left. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. I am going to cut this video off now because I'm just about to the max of my show. I want to say thank you to, like I said, I always say thank you to all kinds of people, sponsors. I always say thank you to Sam. Sam's always very supportive about what I do and and some of the things I go through and deal with. So I appreciate it, and she's the number one person when it comes down to this stuff. And it's nice to see that she had an idea. Okay, I got to get going, folks. I've got about 2 minutes, making 1 minute now. So you never know what you can get on this Breakfast with Jeff. So in the meantime, folks, I'll say goodbye. And next time, we'll see you next time for Breakfast with Jeff. Until then, everybody, have a good day. So long.